What's up, everybody? Welcome to the iProv vlog. As always, I'm Jordan Smith, VP of Sales and Marketing with iProv, and I've got my lovely co-host, Patrick Laughlin. What's up, Pat?
Hey, Joe. How are you today?
I am good. I'm on vacation. I'm about to head out the door.
Man, Jordan's the only person in the world that says the vlog's important. I'm going to do this on vacation. So we're going to get one more in this week with Jordan before he takes off, and then we'll probably have a guest host for the rest of the week.
Oh, all right. Don't get too comfortable. I'm gonna mess around and get replaced.
No, you're irreplaceable. It's me that probably needs to back away. And that's a great segue to what I want to talk about today, Joe.
Yeah. I like this topic. So we're calling this Stepping Back to Let Others Grow.
I spent a lot of time this weekend sort of reflecting. We've had some challenges as we moved to remote work. It's been an interesting sort of experiment to figure out how you lead people when you're not, able to be in the same room with them. And, I know that there are guys that lead 100 people teams that understand this. You can't touch everyone in your organization. But it has been an adjustment for some of us in leadership roles in the company. And another friend shared something on Facebook that was, really insightful from a book that he was reading, and it just sort of triggered me, and it got me thinking about leadership and this idea that leaders really should be more felt than seen almost, and in my head, the analogy was, we've all known these leaders that are like giant oak trees in an orchard. They suck up all the resources, they suck up all the sunlight, and all the other trees, that are growing underneath them kind of grow stunted. They grow at weird angles. They're never as healthy as they could be. And the truth is, good leaders are like the sun. They're felt. They provide what's necessary for growth. But they never, ever overshadow anybody. And in fact, they're more felt than seen even. And so that was sort of rattling around in the back of my head this weekend, Joe. I don't know if you've got any thoughts there.
I love that analogy. Say that again, just so make sure everybody here.
Well, so you've got leaders that are like, big oak trees, and all the trees that are growing around them, your leader is the big giant oak tree with the giant canopy, and they block the sunlight from everybody, and they take up all the water and the soil, and any tree that does grow underneath them is growing, in weird ways to sort of find where they might fit, as opposed to leaders that are more like the sun. They provide the resources, they provide the warmth and encouragement, and they don't overshadow other people. In fact, they're proudest when the other people are doing the growing, and they're just there to facilitate it. And so it got me thinking about my own leadership role and how I can be a lot less like the big oak tree in the forest and more like the sun, which is hard for me. I mean, I've had a career where I done a lot of jobs in the business, and I know a lot about what needs to happen and how it needs to happen. But I think that leaders that lead like big oak trees grow tend to build cults. They don't build, thriving, growing organizations. And I really don't want a cult, Joe.
I like that analogy a lot too. I mean, thinking of it from the sun perspective of, you're there to provide nourishment, and, you're a source of growth for the entire forest. And if you do your job correctly, it is kind of a forest, and these people are able to function and grow and thrive, and with just kind of some guidance from you without you being actively involved. So whenever you had mentioned that this morning in our leadership meeting, I said, I love that. You had to have taken that from somewhere. It's so, but I like it. So I don't know if I can add anything that is better said than what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hardest part about it is the stepping back, is not being, it's sort of not knowing what's going on at every minute, not not being available. But the truth is, the really great leaders, they knew how to do that. They knew how to sort of build a coalition of people that they trusted, and when it was appropriate, they would look at the things that mattered and go from there. And I think that that we all in leadership roles should look at the things that we're doing day to day and figure out if we are being more like the sun or more like the giant oak in the forest.
Yeah, I mean, and staying with that analogy, being the sun, if you're too hands-on, or you're too, you're going to burn too hot and you're going to burn out that forest.
Absolutely.
If you're too hands-off and you just decide to be an absentee leader, well, that forest isn't going to get that nourishment that it needs, and it's also going to die. So finding that right mix, be the sun. I love that idea. I think that's a great Monday. So everyone out.
Before I claim credit, I'm sure I wasn't the first one to think of it. It's probably out there and just rattle trapped its way into my brain. But it is today's thought for the day.
I love it. Don't be the sun. Don't burn too hot, and don't go away completely. I mean, find that right balance. But as a leader, be the sun. Pat, I love it. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you letting me ramble this morning.
No, I love it. All right. Everybody, peace, peeps.
See you guys.
See ya.